What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, I noticed something here, especially in these American celebrity marriages where, when things are good, they are really good, And as soon as people are amicably filing for divorce, we love each other. We look for some of our time to be alone as we sort these things out. In like another month, that's when like the real war starts to wage, and it is really crazy. Now it goes from, okay, we're separating and we are still friends and the kids love us, to now some of the problems that were happening in a relationship come out to the general public, which, to be fair, we didn't need to know, nor do we give a damn, but they just come out. Now he's jealous. The man was intimidated by me. That's what the woman is saying. The guy is saying that she's narcissistic. So all these things come out. Or some side comes out, publicist comes out and says, hey, no, that's not true. She's lying. So then when they have kids, the next step is how the family court looks at it. So now the guy is typically fighting for never full custody, but joint custody or joint physical custody. And usually guys get visitations. The kids go with the mothers. Okay. And this is very, apparent in Teyana Taylor's and Iman Shumpert situation. Okay. He has been awarded temporary parenting time as this divorce wage goes on. All right. And this is something that a lot of guys are fighting for once they get, in a situation with their wife, or estranged wife. Jeezy is going through that with Jeannie Mai. So they're asking the court to have custody time with their kids. Here's the problem with that. And I have family members that go through divorce. Kids tend to pick sides. Is that right? When I was young, I picked my mother's side. I didn't believe anything my dad was saying. Wasn't until I got older that I'm like, yo, mom's not really being straightforward about her fuck here. Okay. And as I got older, I started to see things for myself. But when you're a kid, you don't really know that. So then, even though you're part-time custody, who knows what the mother is telling the kid about the father? That's something that we cannot justify. Your dad is doing this, your dad is doing that. So when the dad starts coming around the kids start acting like really funny style. And then that separates the kids from the father and things like that. But, he'll have the kids for 4 to 6 days out of the month, which, let me say, that's nice. But no man gets into a relationship or gets married to be with a woman to have the kids 4 to 6 days out of the month. He ain't paying child support 4 to 6 days out of the month. He's paying for them every day, right? You don't know what kind of man these women are going to be bringing around your kids. You don't know. None of us know. All right. And I think that when you see these guys who are affluent and they're getting married and they're dealing with these ladies, you kind of think about yourself like, damn, well, if I'm a normal guy, why should I get married in America? And I think the answer is, well, should you? And the more and more you look at what these guys are going through, and when everything is good, it's good. But what happens when things go bad? And now you're no longer the husband, you're the estranged husband, and you're a part of the war that she's trying to rage against you. Then like people like Jeezy saying, hey, I don't want to get back with her. So then the lady starts lying, according to him, saying he did this, saying he did that. We don't know what happened, but the general public starts to believe whatever the lady is saying. So a lot of guys are opting out of getting married in general, because what's the point of me getting married to a woman? I'm not going to be able to see her. What's the point in getting married to a woman? I'm not going to be able to be a father to my kids. I don't think that is something that I'm willing to take. And to be honest, when I see men going through this and they're seeing these things happening, it's hard to say, hey, bro, go get married to a chick in America and you're going to live a happy life. The reality is you're like 70 to 80% going to get divorced. Your kids will not grow up with you, and you will have no control over that. You will have control over whatever the court tells you have control over. Doesn't seem like a great way to spend the rest of your life, but you'll be paying child support to the state, then given to your wife, and then most likely your kids will come up to think of you of a way that's not true because the mother has animosity towards you. It is just the living reality for many men in America, especially black men, which is why guys are not wanting to get married. And when you see this, I'm not going to build a family so I can have my kids 4 to 6 days a week. Not saying that men are perfect, because we're not. But it's something that we need to really look at. And a lot of men are just disgruntled. A lot of men are just hurt. A lot of men are just stressed out, because they're not able to lead the families. And I'm going to tell you one thing that a lot of guys don't talk about is they feel like they're failures. If you're a man and you get divorced, no matter how bad of a situation the woman is, you feel like a failure. My dad said, you know what? The next woman I get with, I'm going to stick with her regardless. I said, regardless of what? Regardless of if she's terrible. I said, why? He said, because I want my kids to know that I'm not a quitter. So wait a minute. You're willing to risk your own personal happiness? He said, yes, I don't want to quit. And I'm thinking like, okay, we ended up getting divorced anyway because he couldn't take it anymore. But that should not be the issue. Like, do women really want to be in the relationships as much as the guys want to be in? And I'm not trying to show favoritism, but it's hard to be in things for yourself. And I just think that guys are looking at marriage in a way that they feel like, well, what is the outcome of me not getting married? And what is the outcome of me getting married? The outcome of me not getting married means I will never go to divorce court. If I want to have a kid, I can just go do it in another country. I never have to pay child support. I don't have to deal with any of the laws here in America. Want to know what most guys are doing? Most guys are living alone now. Most guys are not even trying to go out and develop. Because, if you're going to get married in a society, right? I just really believe this. In the 60s and 70s and 80s in America, and I saw it in the 80s and 90s, guys who wanted to move up in the corporation, those who were married worked harder. So guys wanted to achieve more. Guys wanted to have nice houses, have nice homes, be respected in the church community because they wanted a wife. Because those were the things that you needed to do to get married. You needed to be a hard-working man to be able to have the right to marry in American society. Any society, but American society was highly favored upon. What's happening now with these guys is guys don't give a about that anymore, right? Like, it's just guys are like, you know what? And even guys, I'm here in Nigeria. I'm here in Uganda, and I'm talking to guys about marriage in Uganda, and they're like, if it happens, it happens, but it's not something I'm so concerned about. That wasn't the case 20 years ago. All over the world, many men wanted to prove the right to be a married man. And then when guys started seeing this, and then women all over the world being influenced by these same ladies who are getting these divorces, guys just don't see the real value in paying a bride price or working up a corporate ladder. Like, for a boss you hate. Think about it. You know how many bosses that people hate? I hope people that work for me don't hate me, but the people who work for people, they hate them. I hated almost every of my bosses that I had. I didn't like them. Micromanaging, idiots, guys that are dumb that you work for, guys who don't care about your personal development, And so men would go through that literally just to say, I have a wife and kids. And guess what? Communities were much better back then, to be honest. Now, jiggas don't care about that. Marry who? Why? In that situation, guys. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate it. Before you just heard the bell, we're out.